Hi there. Over 100 years ago, something quite amazing happened in this church. The choir went on strike. The situation was so bad, the minister had to come back from holiday to attend to it. Well, I can assure you this morning, the choir is not on strike. They're in good voice. So is the congregation. Come and join us in worship.
I command, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another counselor to be with you forever, the Spirit of truth.
The world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him, but you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you. I will not leave you as orphans, I will come to you. Before long the world will not see me anymore, but you will see me. Because I live, you also will live. On that day you will realize that I am in my Father, and you are in me, and I am in you.
When the Counselor comes, whom I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth who goes out from the Father, he will testify about me. And you also must testify, for you have been with me from the beginning.
God of peace, we come here today thinking of all those things that rob us of our peace. You know all about the conflicts we have in our mind, the struggles and jealousies that cause unrest. Can you give us peace? Can your Spirit minister to our spirit? Your love cause us to see others with love, and your grace help us to forgive others. In this day that you have made, we pray for wisdom to use our time wisely, strength to face our problems courageously, patience to do our tasks carefully, compassion to care for each other sensitively, and faith to view the future hopefully. We pray for each other on this day, a day to worship, when together we discover your presence, a day to praise you when our spirits are lifted through singing, a day to be sorry, knowing your forgiveness is promised, a day to offer our gifts, a day to offer our lives, a day to enjoy fellowship with one another. We pray for others, those ill at home or in hospital, those who grieve for the loss of a loved one, those who wrestle with difficult decisions, those who are lonely even when they are in company, and those who find it hard to know what to believe and whom to trust. Help us to be helpers to those in need. Keep us aware of the pain of others. Help us to listen to what others say to us. Help us to respond in gentle care. Touch our lives and living, that we may touch others with your love and grace. Amen.
The winter of 1778 was a bad time for that ragtag army led by George Washington, who was trying to free America from Great Britain. Over in Paris, the Americans had a negotiator by the name of Silas Deane, who was trying to work out an alliance with the French. When he managed to get something down on paper, it took them 3 months to get that message back to the USA, for there were no faxes in those days. On May the 2nd it arrived. On May the 4th it was approved. And on May the 5th it was in the hands of George Washington. In a speech that he made at the time, he made it clear that he felt God had given to America something special. He had given to them a special friend. Often our victories and sometimes our survival depends on special friends, powerful friends. With this image in your mind, I want to take you back to an upstairs room in Old Jerusalem where Jesus gathered with his friends to celebrate the Passover. There is a supreme tenderness in that meeting. There is great pathos as Jesus prepares to leave his friends. They were to become frightened as they hid behind closed doors and shuttered windows, thinking all of the time that they were next. But even with all their confusion, all their disappointment, and their fear and their loss, they still dared to believe. The story is told of the great violinist Paganini, who was playing in a concert once when one of his violin strings broke. The crowd laughed, but Paganini continued to play. A few minutes later, another string broke. He continued to play again. Yet a third string, and the master continued to play on that one string. Such was his genius that he could bring music from an instrument with 3 broken strings. The church that Jesus left had many broken strings, but one string remained, and that was the string of faith and belief in the promises of Jesus Christ. In particular, they remembered that he had promised them a special friend, and they had never known him to lie. He had promised to send them his Spirit. When you're really up against it, isn't it great to know that you have someone there right beside you rooting for you? The story is told of the nun who was scared of flying. She was petrified, wringing her hands, and eventually one of the stewardesses, who was also a Catholic, said to her sister, "Don't be frightened, Jesus will be with you." And really chancing her arm, she said, "You know, sister, that Jesus said, 'Lo, I am with you always.'" "And that's right," said the nun. "He said low. He said nothing about high up here where I am." I know it's wrong to generalize, but, basically I believe that in this world there are 2 kinds of people. There are people who are open enough to rely on the support and the love and the concern of others, and those who are not. I don't know about you, but I couldn't live my life without other people. Other people that make my life worthwhile, my family, my friends, you folk, the people that I meet every day in this parish. And Jesus has made it clear that he would be there for us as a friend.